is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This is Nigeria Info.
Today, do you remember the stories that have been published based on the editorial guide of various publishers of these papers? And we, on Nigeria Info, are only informing you of the headlines as we have them for today.
This is Morning Crossfire.
You can join in right now if you're on YouTube or Facebook, or just go onto your YouTube or Facebook. Remember to like our YouTube page. There you find it at Nigeria Info Abuja, and on Facebook as well at Nigeria Info Abuja. You'll be able to watch me live as I read out the headlines. And in the event you want to go back to some of those headlines, you can always watch again and again some of your favorite shows and see some of the people who talk right here from Nigeria Info. Just go on, do it right now. Drop your live comments, and I'm sure we'll get the best of this conversation going forward here and now. All right, let's go on now to read some of the papers as we have them for today. Okay, starting off with Daily Trust, Leadership, Daily Posts, Independent Newspaper, not missing out on the Sun for today. Subsidy, raise minimum wage to 200,000 naira. TUC tells Tinubu. Court stops NLC strike over subsidy removal. NLC shelves planned strike after Aso Rock meeting. Seeking sustainable solutions in Kano. A call to action. Northeast governors. Subsidy removal, fallacies, erroneous beliefs, misleading notions. The DSS must conduct its duties as a secret service. Bajabia Mila bowing out in style. Tinubu's cabinet, I'm not too big to serve, says Wike. Judiciary workers declare nationwide strike over fuel subsidy. Subsidy removal has increased the cost of living, says Oshomole. Thugs flogging PDP Cuba aspirant and others outside Ogun Tribunal venue. Keeping up with all the stories for today, as we go through this, meter manufacturers provided over 50,000 jobs in 1 year. And then Dangote, most admired brand in Africa for the 6th year. Amid subsidy removal, jet fuel, cooking gas prices crash. And then every economic sector in Nigeria is underperforming, says Kale. That's the former MBS, I'm trying to, DG, I think that should be the title he used. I think so. He was the former boss of the MBS. All right, keeping up with all the stories for today. Mohammed queries Flying Eagles' failure against South Korea. Aminu Masari, a bridge builder, turns 73. Is Governor Ahmed Aliyu at war with Fodidio's legacy too? TB Joshua, remembering exit of a world changer. Buhari, sycophants and political jobbers. That's a piece as well that makes his appearance in Daily Trust for today. Moving on to the leadership newspaper for today. The 10th National Assembly. ABC at crossroads as Yari, Kalu, Izunaso remain demand. Pray for Nigeria's unity, peace, Emir tells pilgrims. Fuel subsidy removal and matters arising. Police arrest 3,619, rescue 316 kidnapped victims in 5 months. CSOs deploy plots to impose presidential officers. That's in the National Assembly now. Killing of youth. Burom Group demands 100 million naira compensation from OPSH. Tinubu's Pali's Akpabio, Wike Unai in Aso Rock. Alleged 2 billion naira fraud, court discharges and acquits Orosoye and 2 others. Other stories of interest. NNPC to discontinue crude swap, targets cash payment for petrol imports. NLC suspends planned strike over fuel subsidy. Ignore Akeredolu's death rumor, says Ondo government. Other stories, PDP scribe blames leadership failure on politics without morality. Don't heat up Kogi, Belaya tells Bello, an SDP candidate. Labour Party unveils Unwulu as Imo deputy governorship candidate. Right, well, these are just some of the leading stories here and there. As we have it across different platforms. Okay, this would interest you as well. Ex-SDP presidential candidate asks NNPCL to stop importing fuel. All right, well, moving away from leadership. Now to Daily Post. Fuel subsidy. NLC, TUC suspend planned nationwide strike. Experts speak as fuel subsidy removal stares energy crisis. Fuel subsidy. Buhari handed Tinubu banana peel, says Kachuku. You are incompetent. Your law degree is useless. Articles 8 mocks Kiamu. I'm sure there'll be a counter response to that, but that's in the headline in Daily Post for today. Monarch. Priests lament delayed prosecution of our Catholic Church attackers 1 year after. Oshu Assembly passed 32 bills, 38 resolutions. Speaker Oweye speaks about this. Subsidy remover. Makinde meets workers, constitutes committee to review wages. We are still recuperating from the pains of our terror attack, says Akeredolu. Cross River. O2 names NUJ chairman Ogbechi, chief press secretary, and other key aides. That's Ogbechi. Senate presidency race. Buhari receives Yari in Daura. Lawmakers elect will decide 10th National Assembly presiding officers, not APC. Kano Senator Sumaila speaks about this. No plans to dump PDP. Anna Kwenze speaks about this. Shehu Sani mocks Wike over comment on Tinubu offering him appointment. PEPC. I signed result sheet for Nasarawa under duress. PDP witness. Northwest PDP chieftains quit party. Away from Daily Post to take a look at stories from the Independent for today now. House subsidy frustrated NNPCL's plan to fund core businesses, says Kiari. Umba commend civil servants and others for the filing sit-at-home order assures on security of lives and property. Gizo hails Tinubu for appointing Akume, Bajabiamila and Ribadu. Beware of dictatorial tendencies. Cleric wants Tinubu. Nigeria's highest grossing film, Battle on Buka Streets, launches on Prime Video. Subsidy remover, painful surgery to save our economy, Olawekpo Ashim. And then Rivers LG boss reveals plan to reconstruct Bori Motor Park. And of interest as well, this very morning, work for the poor, pensioners, public servant in Abia, Obi tells Governor Oti. Consider Ibadan land for ministerial appointment. Arishe Kola speaks about this to Tinubu. Tinubu advised against dictatorial tendencies. They take that already. It was unlawful for federal government to withdraw subsidy on PMS, says NLC. Joesu suspends 12-day-old strike after meeting with President Tinubu. All right, well, these are big stories as you have them from the Independent. Moving on to the Sun newspaper now. Fuel subsidy, NLC, TUC suspends strike. Reps summon NEPC MD over status of 1.67 billion naira crude oil revenue. NECA backs federal government on fuel subsidy remover. Abia governor's official portrait released. Senate presidency, more senators elect join Kalu and Yari's camp. Court restrains labor from embarking on strike. NLC, we stand unshaken and undivided. Other stories, subsidy remover and drive for economic growth. France, Kwara sign MOU on agriculture and culture. We're tackling social issues in short thriller films, says Rex Moses. That's in the world of entertainment. All right, well, these are some stories you want to follow through on as we have it from The Sun for today. And that's our review as we have it from The Sun, The Independent, Daily Post, Leadership, and Daily Trust for today.
This is Morning Crossfire.
Do you remember the stories have been published under the editorial guide of various publishers? And we on Nigeria Info have only informed you of the headlines as we have them for today.
Watch your number one talk station of the nation. Nigeria Info. Every day of the week, Mondays to Friday on YouTube to catch up with the Morning Crossfire.
Oh, it's exciting to already see your comments coming in on YouTube and on Facebook. Many thanks for those who have chosen to go on that platform. And those watching live, you guys are amazing. Can I say that? Yes, you're amazing people. All right, well, for those who will be joining us via the telephone lines and all the other platforms, just to let you know, to follow through with our editorial guide, your calls need to be devoid of hateful speech, lies, fake news, and abuses. We ask of you to be truthful and factual as you join us on Nigeria Info this very morning, okay? The lines remain 0700 951 0000. You can also join in on 080 9597 4869. And surely enough, on WhatsApp, you can also call in on the WhatsApp line on 080 999. That's a 999, by the way, 30137. All right, let's go to the phone lines and start off our conversation. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, Femi.
Yes, good morning.
God bless you.
Amen.
I tell you, I am Mr. Ben speaking.
All right, good to have you on. I'm with you.
Yeah. According to Labour, that is asking the government to raise minimum wage to 200,000. Well, it is a good suggestion, but that shouldn't be the only thing they should do or they should have done. Now, also, to create employment, even if you raise the minimum wage to 1 million, how many people will enjoy it? Because a lot of youth are unemployed today. People are suffering. So it's a mistake in the first place to raise fuel subsidy, to remove fuel subsidy without consultation. So it's a good thing to do, but to do it at the right time. Employment, rebuild all those moribund industries, all those like as former Governor Kalu told us last time that Ajukuta Mills and other abandoned projects should be reconstructed, should be started again, so that you have employment of Nigerian youth. Yes, those are the necessities of things you should have done first. Any other thing. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Ben. Good to talk to you as always. Good morning to you. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, good morning from the house your work. We are doing very well to Nigeria people, so we thank God for that.
We're grateful.
My name is Renan Al-Hassan Katale Dola from Gondaraka, local government state.
Welcome.
Let me take from show Sunny say something about why the jobs have done, nobody will change it, because I can assure you, we need to know what the road that is supposed to take, and you can never miss the appointment. Why? Unless if you reject, you decide to remain aside, is the one decide to do so. But I can assure you, if you are going to become as a minister from River State, which is going to get it, they show and you can remain in the house. Nobody is going to bring his name as a minister. Thank you very much for now.
Oh, all right. Well, that's your opinion on that. Let's see how it plays out. Good morning to you. Welcome to the show.
Family, good morning this morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Emmanuel Ochare for the Freedom Wheeler. I'm still waiting for the city of Talaka in Malaba Family.
All right, welcome. Good to connect with you.
Family, these people, NLC suspending their strike. Well, I think better for them because I don't see that strike really achieving much. All that I'm having to tell the federal government and the new administration is the fact that they should stop telling us that paying a subsidy is a bad thing. They kept giving us this impression for a very long time. Everywhere in the world, you see government pay subsidies in one way or the other to their citizens. As a matter of fact, subsidy is the second name of government. Because if you look at the social contract the citizen has with their government, is to make life easy for them. But in the case of Nigeria, when you say people have been stealing from the subsidy regime, and it appears that you are confessing and surrendering totally to these people that you cannot punish them, that they are even too powerful. They kept telling us that they are powerful. I don't know why individual or few people can be more powerful than government to the extent that the government have to. The only option available is to put the general public into suffering so that those few people will be free. I don't know where the analysis came from. The subsidy must be paid for citizens to have their life better. Thank you.
All right, thank you. As always, the question is, who is it being paid to? Good morning to you. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. My name is Momodu Fred. I'm calling from Abuja.
Okay, good to connect with you. Let's talk.
Yeah, quickly, I want to add my own opinion on the topic. And sometimes it gets me bewildered when I hear people talk. This subsidy issue did not just start today at all. I think the federal government, in their own wisdom, they've been trying to notify the general public for a very long time. Just that President Tinubu came into power, decided to announce it does not make him trying to turn the government into a bad thing or trying to make his whole thing into something else. Me, I am in Nigeria, just a middle-class Nigerian man, and I feel the heat so strongly. But I believe in this government. I have never believed in any Nigerian government all my life, but I believe in this government so much. Number one, see the man he appointed as Chief of Staff, the present Speaker of House of Assembly. It shows you that this man really knows the kind of caliber and quality of Nigerians he is going to be looking at to take demand in the different parastatals and different areas and sectors. Please, I just want to beg Labour, let them allow this man to just give us 100 days first. Let them forget this check. This check that they are even thinking of, thank God they suspended it. This check that they are even thinking of trying to, it will cause more hardship.
Okay.
More hardship. They should just be patient for just 100 days.
All right.
So they cannot decide to do whatever they want to do. That is my own opinion.
Thank you for your opinion. Grateful to you. Good morning to you. Welcome to the show.
Good morning once again.
Yes, welcome. How are you?
Very well. I remember myself, Obakar Ali, aka Tinubu Pekin, calling from PW Kubwa. World class Dr. Femi the MLA, look for one place and save this. Next week is going to be Senator Ojus Okado as the Senate President, and Right Honorable Ahmed Idris Wasai, the Speaker, Federal House of Representatives. So help me God. I'm beginning to enjoy the negotiating power of Mr. President. You can see how they knock off the Juhesu issue. That is how to go. I want them to improve the tempo on other negotiations as well. Labour to say they are not consultant. My brother, I just they laugh. So didn't they when they did not put? You recall initially the subsidy payment was supposed to last till April, but the last administration extended it to June. So they were not aware at that time that subsidy had already been removed. Okay, no wonder they are part of Labour Party. They should continue to play politics. Thank you very much.
But have you followed through with what, I mean, the biggest quest around TEC and NLC? I don't think they are all out against subsidy removal. Their inquiry.
No, I'm talking about NLC.
Yes, NLC. Even NLC. Their biggest point of inquiry has always been about the interventions or palliative that's been in place, that is in place or is not in place. I think that's what they've been pushing hard for, essentially. That's just it.
You know, it's practical impossibility to remove subsidy, and there's no any sort of palliative that will come.
Okay, guess what? If I get a good chance today, I'll play for you the deliberations between the federal government, NLC, TUC, as it happened up to yesterday. Yeah? Just listen.
That $800 million that Buhari collected, he has not spent a dime in it now. Meant for the palliatives.
How do you know? Are you sure? Are you sure? I'm just saying, you know.
They cannot.
See,
they cannot. MFLA cannot release that money to them. You know the consequences.
Let me theorize this and say it this way. Have you ever imagined sometimes you pay for something that you are finished using? Okay, you're a wise man. Go and think about it. You're a wise man.
All right.
You're a wise man. Think about what I just said. When you are paying for something that you finish using.
From your wise reservoir.
Mm-hmm. There's a reason why I said that. There are things you can imagine that someone can pay for. And if, I mean, you finish using it, then you now say, I want to pay for it. I'm not saying anything. Go on, you're wise people. Think about it. Let's read some messages as we have them on Facebook. Dr. Mrs. Olebra from Uri says Nigeria must resist dictatorship, injustice, nepotism, corruption, and undemocratic practices, not minding whose ox is God. Let our leaders come to grip with the reality that any leadership that does not stand out sound moral foundation collapses sooner than later. May God come to our intervention as we continue suffering in the midst of plenty. Silas S. Kiomso says, good morning, Femi. I love your work. Keep it up. Thank you so much, sir. Watching live for the first time, Dennis Tegruguma. Hey, Terunguma. Okay, thanks as well for watching. And I do have this. Good morning, Femi. Mr. Integrity. Oh, Mr. Integrity, we can now stylishly begging for position in the administration. Wow, now. That explains the betrayal during the polls. May God help us, he writes. Okay? And then Femi, you're doing well, says Joe Sit Alabi. Good morning, Femi. Frayo from Gidan Zakara in Nasarawa State. TUC and NLC suspending plan strike. Okay, now. What's the next line of action now? People are suffering. Okay, thank you. I have more messages and I hope to read through them after the break. Thank you all for writing in and being part of the conversation. We continue our morning crossfire shortly. This is Femi Live.
Back to back.
This is Nigeria Info.